Okay, we are live now. We are so live now. Please just confirm if you can see my screen. I will be sharing some visuals that will just guide us through the course of this conversation.
Okay.
You
Yes.
can see my.
I can.
Okay.
Yes, I can see your screen.
Amazing. Thank you so much. All right. So, okay, ladies and gentlemen, our audience, everyone listening, it is so good to be back here again tonight for the Morning Business Podcast, right? We do this every week. This podcast is highly dedicated to, business structure and marketing techniques that is actually practical, very pragmatic, all right? And we usually host the very best people in the industry for this. Before I go ahead and start talking about morning business, Mr. Precious, how are you doing? It's been a long time. Can't remember the last time we saw physically, but thank God for the internet. How are you doing, sir?
I'm doing fine, sir. I think it's last year, June, was the last time we saw at Abuja.
Are you
Over a
serious?
year now.
It's going to 2 now. My goodness.
Yes, it's going to 2.
Wow. The God alone get the glory. We are alive, and we still have very much hope of getting to see one of these days and having some very robust discussion around personal development and business growth too. Thank you so much for agreeing to be here with us tonight. Uh,
The pleasure is
how is the
mine, sir.
Abuja, how is the Abuja weather treating you? It is so cold though. So cold that we cannot even the dust. Okay,
In
you
fact,
are in Kano.
I'm
I
in
meant to say,
Kano. Kano is
yeah.
actually more cold than Abuja.
Are you serious? So it's like
Yes, but we are surviving.
it's preparation for Canada. People want to go abroad now. To go and do business abroad. It's training. You're going to training.
Definitely. Definitely. Yes,
Oh
sir.
my God. Okay, to take us further, is the shout out period. I'm going to give a shout out to everyone. Okay, big shout out to everyone at the Samuel Brand Global Leadership Consultancy brand, SAGSC for short. Thank you so much for all you do behind the scenes. It is because of your efforts and your desire to see this brand thrive. That's why we have a working podcast and working premiums and freemiums products. Thank you so much. Big shout out to everyone listening. Money Business was formerly known as the Borderless Business Seminar, and we were able to gather listeners from across 4 continents, 12, 13 nations, if I'm not mistaken. And honestly, it is because you are part of this project that is why we are in existence. If you are not paying attention, if you are not listening, if you are not following us, we'll be out. And I'm giving big shout out to you all. Thank you for finding this podcast worthy, finding the conversation that happens in this podcast, worthy of being followed and taken into cognizance. Thank you so much. And Mr. Precious, I'm sure you have people to give shout out to, maybe individuals, your brand or businesses. Please just go ahead and do that.
Yeah, shout out to everyone. I can see one of my team members live here, AB.
Amazing. Oh.
Yeah, welcome, AB, and everyone that is also connected with us, and also my brand, all those working with me, and all my customers. I'm saying a shout out to you all. Thank you for
amazing. Big shout out to you. Big shout out. Okay, guys, this is the Morning Business Podcast. Special announcement, like I do this every week. This podcast is an education-based podcast, right? And we are not to be eligible for any loss. What do I mean? We cannot in any way guarantee how you put what you learn here to use. So because of that, you are encouraged to carry out due diligence, do your research, whatever information you get from here, carry out your due diligence. Go and check it out and improve on it. Get good results. Congratulations. But do not in any way look for opportunities to hold us liable for any loss. All right. So, like I said, we cannot guarantee how you put them to use. So, if you have questions, go ahead and drop them after every podcast. It gives room for clarity. But aside that, okay, just understand that this is an education-based podcast and it is serving that purpose for enlightenment and insight giving, provision of insight and foresight. Okay, so Money Business Podcast, like I said before, is basically designed to cater for structure and marketing needs of business. How do you structure your business to work, and how do you market your product and services to get to make sales, to make money? And that is the reason why we bring experts in different industries to come and talk to us, using their brands or the brands they have observed for a long time as a case study to drive home their points. Yeah, while taking structure and marketing into consideration. Okay, so tonight we have, I'm going to be reading the bio of Mr. Precious Zamdayu. Hope I pronounced that right, sir.
Yes, sir. Zamdayu.
Zamdayu Precious. Thank you so much. So, Mr. Precious Zamdayu is the CEO of Jiamca Integrated Agro Limited, a multi-service agro company dedicated to sustainable agricultural activities. He is the spice formulation expert at JL. Because of the quality, unique state, and aroma of his spices, customers name him the Spice Magician. The Spice Magician. You are welcome, sir. So, Precious was
Thank you, sir.
amongst the finalists at the Generation Conference 2021, a platform under the Build My Leadership Foundation led by Dr. Wandy Sakwe, and was featured in several national newspaper and magazines. Okay, guys, he was not just the finalist; he won this competition. It was like I think we'll allow him to tell us how much he won. Then he is a sociologist in training, okay, and a graduate of KSOM, a mentorship platform by Apostle John Joshua Selman, and a certified financial modeling and valuation analyst from the Corporate Finance Institute. He also has a professional diploma in entrepreneurship from Taraba Business School, amongst other education-related fields. Mr. Precious Zamdayu, thank you for gracing this podcast series as the sixth guest for the season 2 of this project. Thank you so much. So good to have you. Your profile is so solid. Thank you very much, and I'm very certain that we're
Sir.
gonna learn a lot from you tonight. And so the floor is all yours. So basically, what
Thank
are
you,
your
sir.
business structure and marketing lessons for the week? Please go ahead and share with us, sir.
All right. Thank you so much, sir, for having me. I'm grateful. All right. So I think principally when we talk about business structure, we are talking about I think the systems um, that a system put in place, right, for it to thrive in a competitive environment. And I think personally, I'm going to use my business um, to to buttress this point. Okay. All right. So when we talk about business structure, I think we have four business structure, which we have the business name, which is for small businesses, and we have the limited liability company, we have the public limited company, and we have the corporation. Yeah. So I think I don't need to go into details. We should know what business name is. I think name simply is a sole proprietorship in which one man manages the business and he takes the risks of the business. And we have the general partnership, whereby the company can sell out shares to the public. So the risks in the business is not just managed by one man. All right. I don't know. Are we together? Uh, Hello.
I'm with you, sir. I just muted my
Hello.
mic. I'm with you, sir.
All right. Thank you. I think AB, you can also speak. I think I love I love a session that we can both interact. I love an interactive session, so I think we can all
Awesome.
unmute our mic so that
Awesome.
we can talk together. All
Awesome.
right. So and then we have a limited liability company too, and my company
Yes.
is a limited liability company. So whereby it is managed by board of directors. All right.
Mm-hmm.
So the losses and both the profits are both shared equally um between the board of directors, and then we have corporations. I think and these are big companies up there. So I mean, not so principally depending on the type of business and your vision for your business.
Mm-hmm.
So I think you are going to select from these four structures. Like when I started my business 2020, I first started with a business name, but then I wanted to diversify, and I discovered that I will be limited with the business name. So I had to upgrade it to a limited liability company. And a limited liability company afford you to do more than one business. So you can actually diversify into other related sectors. Yes. So like for me now, I think just beyond food spices, which is a primary thing my company do for now, we want to also go into farming. All right. We which consider is related to spices too, which is all within the agriculture and the agricultural sector. Then also want to go into logistics, want to go into tea formulation, want to go. So the a
The dream
limited
is
liability company afford you the opportunity to actually diversify into other related business areas and sectors. All right. So talking about marketing techniques. All right. So we must understand that marketing is a powerhouse of every business. All right. So as a business, if you get it wrong in marketing, I mean, your foundation, the Bible says something. Allow me to quote from the word of God. I think the Bible said, if the foundation be destroyed, what can the righteous
yeah,
do? So
that's
marketing is
true.
like the foundation of every business. So if you miss it in the area of marketing, then your business may never come to limelight. All right. So I think when I discussed with Mr. Abraham,
Yes,
he
sir.
asked me to talk about some trends, the best performing business for the week,
Of course, yes,
which I think
yes,
I'm
I
just
will.
going to.
Will
All
go
right.
there. Yes, I will go there. You just shared your business structure and marketing. You just give some basics. So, is there any
All right.
particular lessons people who are building that structure and who are marketing can learn from you for this particular week, and how they can put it to use too in their
All right.
organizations and
All right. All right. All right. Thank you so much, sir. So I think um, one of the important, if you have a business, right, one of the first things you must try to actually take note of your business is your structure. You must try to build a structure for your business. All right. Personally, for me, as I've shared my story with you, I started with a
yes.
business name.
Mm.
But then I discovered that while registering my business, they asked me, what do you want to do? Just one business. And I wanted to actually farm spices and I wanted to process spices. But
Mm.
I was limited to just processing spices. So farming was even out of it.
Yes.
And when I sat down and then I actually visualized my vision, I discovered that if I should continue with this, then I will be very limited. And so
Mm.
I had to upgrade my company to a limited liability company. So if you have a business in mind and maybe you want to go into agriculture, like because actually my company right now, Jiamca Integrated Agro Limited, we focus on three key areas, which is production, processing, and distribution.
Mm.
So if you know that your business will cut across two to three different sectors, then you should consider a limited liability company. Because when we talk about distribution has to do with logistics, right? Transportation, all right, which is in another sector. That is the transport sector, right?
Mm.
So just trying to go with a business name may not actually fit your vision. So you have to actually um, restructure. Now, talking about marketing, I think one of the lessons as a business owner, I think one of my biggest um, challenges while I started my business was marketing. Because number one, if you don't know your customers, if you don't know how to get to your customers, now you can actually know your customers, but you don't know where your customers are. All right,
Mm.
and
Mm.
and that's why it's very important. You actually um, go on an extensive market research. All right. So
Yes.
market and
Yes.
research helps you to locate where your customers are. All right. When I started my business, then I think I was thinking my customers were just men and women generally. So when I see a man, I market to a man. When I see a woman,
Yes.
I market to a woman. When I see a boy, I market to a boy. As far as that person used to cook. So I
Yes.
didn't really segment my market. I didn't really
Mm.
understand who, because the truth is that you can't sell to everybody.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So there's a particular set of people that your market, your product is for. So marketing helps you um, to actually, because now another thing is that you can actually be marketing to the wrong people.
Mm-mm.
And that's why I see most businesses, they don't thrive. All right. So they'll tell you, I spend this amount of money on marketing. And also, take note, you can be marketing in the wrong places.
Mm.
All right. Okay. For example, now, you cannot market Rolls Royce in Sabongeri, in Zaria.
Okay.
Nobody will buy it. Is that, yes, you cannot market Benz and in I mean, when I talk about Benz, G Wagon, you cannot market G Wagon in a village, right? So, and there are places you market products, all right, and also there are particular people that your product are for, or is
Mm.
yes are for. So I think that was one of the things I realized quite, let me not say late, because I think it was almost 1 year into business that I started trying to find out who my markets or who my customers are.
Mm. Mm.
So I think if you have a business, the first thing, even before going out to market, all right, because marketing is simply, um, showing off your product, getting people know that I actually do this and actually offer
Yes.
this. But the end of marketing is sales, right? The reason
Yes.
why you
Yes.
market is to make money. But if
Mm-hmm.
you don't know where your customers are, if you don't know the places where your product will be valued, I talked
Yes.
about selling Rolls Royce in Sabongari. It's not
Mm-hmm.
everywhere. It's not every place, or your it's not everywhere that will place premium value on your product, on what you offer.
Mm.
So you
Mm.
have to actually locate your customers and then know the place your product will be valued. So I think that's one of the lessons you should pick, I think, from me. Yeah.
Thank you so much for that. Thank you. That was very, very apt. Honestly speaking,
Thanks.
it is true. If you don't market to the right people, you'll be out of business before you know it. And the reason you're in business is to sell. And for you to sell, you have to understand the right, marketing techniques to put into play. Thank you so much for that. So, about new trends, of course, there are so many things going on in the industry, the business industry, across entrepreneurship,
Yes, sir.
ecosystem. What are what are the basic news at the moment, the trends, and what are your opinions regarding this, sir?
All right. Thank you so much, sir. So I think am I permitted to pick from certain industries,
Yes, of
certain
course.
and sectors? All right. So I think for my sector now, which is the food sector, food and agriculture sector, I think one of the trends that is actually thriving now is the use of technology. All right.
Okay.
Um, most companies now are adopting technology
Mm.
because it actually makes business much easier, effective, I would say.
Yes.
Yeah. For example, now, when I started my business, then, um, in fact, let me just be practical with people. Okay, when I
Mm.
started my business, I usually sieve locally. I
Mm.
got a sieve from the market. So after grinding my spices, I receive them locally. I mean,
Mm.
my energy, I'll be lost energy. I'll be stressed out. But right now, there's a machine, electric and sieving machine. So all you do is
Wow.
after grinding, you just pour all your spices into the electric sieving machine, and then it sieves it. The chaff will be up, and then the powder will go down.
My goodness.
Yes. So adopting. So most companies now are adopting in the food sector because the goal is to actually make life better for people. All right.
Mm.
And okay, I think okay, we're going to enter another trend so that I can buttress my first point. Now, well,
Okay.
another trend in the food industry is that is is people are actually moving from processed food to healthy food options. Yeah, processed food. When I mean processed food, I'm talking about food with processed with chemicals like additives, color, enhancers, and the rest. Yes, so people are becoming more health conscious. In fact, that's one of the major trends in the food industry. People are becoming more health conscious. They are more conscious of what they eat. So now, if you look at this electric sieving machine now, there's a way it actually makes food healthier. For example, now if you are sieving, your sweat can fall into the spices. Sometimes saliva from your mouth can mistakenly go into the spices.
That's very
But
true.
when you are using electric sieve, so when you are using electric sieve, it's simple. You wear your nose masks, and then you are not close to the machine, and then you don't talk into the machine, and so it actually makes food much more healthier, if in my own opinion. So I think the use of technology, and then and in fact, before when you buy fresh ginger from the market, you dry them under the sun, right? So sometimes it takes um 15 days for it
Wow.
to dry up. I did that before. 15 days, sometimes 10 days,
My God.
complete powder, sometimes 20 days. But right now there's dehydrator. So and dehydrator takes 5 hours to dry ginger.
That's serious.
Five
My God.
hours. I mean,
For what
so
takes 2 weeks before?
something that takes 2 weeks now is taking 5 hours. So you see, most businesses in the agricultural sector now, they are now adopting the use of technologies now to make their work easier and much more effective. Then health conscious. I think then number 3, you can see that consumer taste preferences is changing. Yes. So people want to explore, the desire to explore. So I'm in Nigeria. I want to do Italian salad. I want to eat Italian salad. So how do I do that? So I'm sure you know that some people in Nigeria now decide they prefer Ghana jollof rice, Nigerian jollof rice.
Yes.
So now, how will they get Ghana jollof rice without having the recipe for Ghana jollof rice? So these are some of the trends, the trends in the agricultural sector. I think which is influencing the market. I think so. These are just few of the trends.
Thank you so much. So basically, the opinion is that you have to move with these advancements, specifically the
Yes,
technological.
yes. You have to move and with it. For example, now me, last month I had to contact a company in Port Harcourt. I said, okay, I need a dehydrator.
Yes.
For instance, I've placed my order by January. I'll be getting my dehydrator. I mean, I
Wow.
can't continue drying spices under the sun.
No. Because you have to be efficient. You have to deliver on time. Customers' demands and all, and you need to
Yes,
have body and soul to. It's a very wise decision.
yes. And another thing again is that by the time customers get to find out that this guy so used to dry his spices under the sun just to be blunt, no, it might be they'll say, "Are you sure?"
Okay, are you back now?
Yes, sir. I'm back now, sir. Thanks, sir.
Okay.
All right. So I think the need as businesses, we must learn to know the trends in your industry and move with the trend. If not, you'll be left behind. All
That's
right.
very true.
So someone said something. He said, "If you're not updated, you'll be outdated."
Um,
And every business you must actually have this at the back of your mind. If you are not updated, you become outdated. And the only way to update your business is by following the trends in the industry you find yourself in. All right. So
Thank you so much. So I'm actually dropping a case for those who might not know, some small business owners who might not be really readily available, or should I say dispensable. Trying to look for a word that will partially describe what I'm saying. So the thing is, I'm making a case for those who cannot readily afford. I think that works. Access to these technological tools to enhance their production. Well, I'm very well aware that people take advantage of these vacuums in the business sector, and there might be organizations that can rent out these tools. Am I right? I think the food sector should
yes,
not be exempted.
yes,
Okay. So for those that don't have or cannot afford, just go ahead and rent. You need to be effective and efficient in your business delivery. Thank you
yes.
so much.
I think, in fact, all right, so let me just add something, Sam. In
Okay,
fact,
so I'm
if
listening.
you are in the food industry, especially, or in any other industry, but I'll focus more on food. Why? Because um, most of the technologies in the food industries are very expensive to afford.
Mm,
All right.
okay.
So I think there was a time I wanted to get. I think the sieving machine I told you about is about 200,000.
My God.
Yes, it's small. So you can't. So most people cannot really afford that. And then let's talk about milling machine now. Milling machine,
Mm,
especially when you start going. When I started my business, I mean, small blender can blend my spices for me. I'll package 15, do 30, and go and sell.
mm,
But I think at this point, in fact, from a customer last month, she ordered
yes.
for 120 spices. She ordered to use
My
as souvenirs for her wedding. 120. We're talking about 200,000 plus. Now,
wow.
I can't. If I say I want to use blender, I mean, I have crashed over 5 blenders in my life because by the time so much stress is
The
on the blend,
pressure.
it will break down. Yes, pressure. So you can take your product to companies that actually render these services, right?
Mm,
And they will do it for you. Though it
mm.
might be expensive, but I
At
think
least to meet up with
it will
time
be
and demand.
much, yeah, to meet up with time and to actually produce something of high quality. I think it will be much better.
Thank you so much for that. Okay, now we just take us to the next item on the list here, which is the best performing. Okay, I think I just group it the sixth, seventh, and eighth question. So you just answer it at once. So I very much understand that in every week, to an extent, from our observation in our environment or what we get to see from our research and study via the internet or any study materials, we have access or get to know the best performing businesses for the week, and there's lessons from them. Then the poor performing business for the week and lessons from them. And of course, from our foresight, we can easily know if some businesses will get back quickly from falling down, or those that are up there can still remain there or they may fall down. So basically, Mr. Precious, regarding these
Yes, sir.
three questions, what business could be yours, could be anyone, it could even be the one we don't know, we have not heard of before, but at least you have observed as a business owner that you are. So what do you think are the best performing business, poor performing business, and the lessons that can be learned from this, businesses, and of course, is there any possibility of the one that fell down to bounce back and the one that is there to remain there up there or is going to fall down?
All right, sir. Okay. Thank you so much, sir. All right. So I think for the best performing business for the week, I think yesterday I went out on a tour around Kano
Mm,
City and I visited some flour mills. I visited Coca-Cola bottling company in Kano. I
mm.
visited Fan Milk. No, Fan Milk before. I don't know if you've heard of Fan Milk, sir. Fan Milk.
Fan make is very popular in Nigeria. I
Yes.
think there are branches
But now it
across
has
all.
died. I was surprised their factory was
Wow,
closed, shut down
my God.
yesterday.
Not even sold
So
out.
a
They are
lot of
just closed.
pardon, sir?
I said they are not even sold out. Maybe in terms of franchise, they are totally shut down.
Yes, they are shut down now. They are shut down now.
My God.
And so I think I'll be talking about them. But for the best performing business for me that I've seen is here in Kano is the Northern Nigerian flour mill.
Mm,
Yeah. So it's a private limited company. It was established in 1971, and and that. So I think what really surprised me about this business was I told you it was incorporated in 1971.
Yes.
It started production in 1975, and till today it is doing very well.
That is almost
In fact,
40 years, if I'm not mistaken.
for 40 years, and yes, sir. Even when I checked, I think the best performing business is right now, it was among Nigeria. Yes, and I saw it yesterday too. So I would just like to pick a few marketing and strategies that they used over time to still be relevant and be profitable in
Yeah.
business till today.
Yes.
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 Yes, thank you so much. So I think number one is product strategies. Now, this company now, the Northern Nigerian flour mills, they consistently improve the packing and branding of their products. I think this is what most businesses fail to do. They okay, let me say this. The branding style of 1980 is not the same branding style in 2022.
That is very true. Very true.
The design, the designs keep evolving, style keep evolving.
Yes.
For most businesses, I think one of the reasons the reason why this business is still thriving till today is because of its product strategies. So over time, it keeps improving, it keeps rebranding, to meet up with the norm, or with the requirements, with the branding requirements at that time, or at part time, yeah. So
Yes.
because now I've seen products in the market, I know that they said packaging does not matter, it's the content that matter. But most time it is the packaging that will make us trust the content. And that is what most people fail to understand. For instance, now if you are walking on the road, you go to the park and you want to visit your friends, and then you see bread. One of the bread is white leather, is transparent leather, white plain leather, nothing. And the other
No designs.
bread is well designed. I mean, fancy leather. Which one will you pick? Well,
I'll go
let's
for
be
the
sincere.
design one. It's attractive,
They
at
will go
least.
for the fiber. It's attractive. Understand? But then, if when you go back home and then you give your friends the bread and they open it and they say, "Baba, this bread, no, makes sense. Useless, just packaging."
Yes.
Yeah, yes. Now you can see that it was the packaging that made you buy the bread.
Yes,
Okay,
that's true.
but now if you should go and buy a bread transparent leather and the leather is so soft that you can just tell, and you take to your visitors, they look at you and say, "Kai, this guy went and bought one local bread for us. So now, wow."
That is very true.
I've seen that severally as a person. So you might bring for me bread. For instance, now we have a bakery in our church. So one day I think they baked bread and they gave my dad. So they just put it inside white leather, right? So when they drop it in the fridge, I always be asking, now this 100 naira bread. I beg, I no go chop, I no go chop am. I close it and I left. So it was my brother that I came. I told him that, am I joking? Do I know the quality of this bread? I said, are you serious? And I picked it and I said, and I told her that it is quality. Yeah, the bread actually has quality, but the packaging was not good enough, and so it discouraged me from actually eating the bread.
And I'm sure you're
So
not the only.
I think I am not the only person, because the bread was 12 pieces. It stayed 2 days in the fridge. Nobody touched it.
You can imagine. Wow.
You can imagine. But if it had a very attractive packaging, everybody want to know what is special about this bread. See packaging. What's inside this leather? I want to test them. So we can see. So I thought that one of the strategies that kept this business, the Northern Nigerian flour mills thriving, is their product strategies. Then number two, is their pricing strategies. Now, most people fail to realize that it is not everybody that can afford something. It's not everywhere. Some products can thrive better in Lagos than Kano State.
Yes, that's true.
There are some products that they cannot sell in Kano State because they know that the class of people there, not as though they may not be able to afford it, but number one, their mentality, their mindset. So that, for instance, now, if you go to there are some places in Lagos that if I enter, I can sell my spice 5,000, one pieces 5,000, and they will not complain. They will just buy it. But not everywhere. In fact, even in the same Lagos, it is not everywhere that I can sell. You know what most businesses fail to understand that you can sell a product 1.5 in Abuja does not mean you can sell the product 1.5 in Kaduna. And in fact, that's one of the major mistakes I made. You know, after my program at Abuja, which I think that's when me and Mr. Sam met.
Yes.
So I went back to Zaria. My product was 1.5. I mean, the vision consumed me. Then I was selling for 500. I was not making profit because my products were quality products. So
Yes.
I could not manage the cost of production. But I was selling it very cheap. So when I left Abuja, I worked on my packaging, improved my packaging, improved the quality, and showed the price to 1.5. So when I went, total is 2 months, I won't sell even one.
My
I'm
God.
telling you, I will market. People are not buying. I say, what's the problem? I now called Mr. Kingsley. Mr. K, sorry, I said, sir, what's happening? No, markets know they move. And he told me, it's a Precious, you are in a school environment. All right. You cannot be selling spice at 1.5. You have to go for sachet packaging and sell it for 100 naira, 150, and see if students will not buy. So that's what most businesses fail to understand: pricing strategy. All right. So I think this company, their pricing policy has been mainly determined by productivity prices and mostly productivity prices, right? And income board. So and I think majorly they look at their cost of production. All right. So how much? Because most of these I told you the mill, they are one of the biggest and finest mills in Nigeria. So they mill grains.
Yes.
So most of these grains are actually farmed in the north, in Kano State, in Kaduna, in neighboring northern states. So because of that, they actually managed their pricing strategy so that they'll be able to go into the market and make so much. And then another one is promotion strategy, okay, which is also part of marketing. So I think one of the things that most companies fail to do is that they wait for customers to come. They don't go out to look for customers.
Yes.
I think so. You keep advertising on your social media. You keep advertising. Customers are not coming. Go out and look for customers. A point came, I advertise. Nobody was entering my DM. I will post, enter my DM. Nobody will enter my DM. Enter my DM, nobody. At a point, I said, "Now lie you." I woke up. I started going to hotels. I started going to restaurants. All right. So one of the strengths of this company was their promotion strategy. Even though recently their promotional strategy have actually been limited because they have adequate demand for product. So they have reached a stage where they are having, adequate demand, and so their promotional activities have been limited. But nevertheless, more promotional efforts will be required to fall in more sales in the nearest future.
Very true.
So they will still need more promotional offer. Then the last strategy I'll be talking about is distribution strategies of this company. Yes. So their distribution strategy is that of selective strategy and narrow distribution channel strategy. So what we mean by and selective is that not just any kind of person can be their distributor. Yes, so they are biased in their choice of getting distributors. They are biased. Um, you know, one of the mistakes I can say I made was um, I didn't take. I was not intentional about my distributor. All right. So anybody who just told me if he was interested, I'll just bring the person on board, and the person will just fumble. I will not say anything. All right. So because of that, so this company, they are, you know, their distribution strategy is selective and narrow. All right. So it's kind of narrow that, okay, for instance, now, I think, let me go to Dangote. One of the things that helped Dangote is that in a whole state, in a whole local government, Dangote will work with only one major distributor. I don't know, sir, if you have discovered that.
Yes. 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 Yes.
So it is from that one distributor that other distributors we buy from.
My God.
I mean, yes, so that's narrow distribution channel strategy. One
Ah.
of our neighbors, when we were living in Zaria then, he was one of a woman then was Dangote's major distributor. And one of the good things about this is that immediately you become Dangote major distributor, other companies will want you to become their major distributor too. So this man was major distributor. A woman he was working for was major distributor. So when she was about leaving Zaria, she called him, "Please, sir, I want to help you. Say I want to connect you to become a major distributor." That's how this man like
Wow.
changed. That's now this man have 3 warehouse. In a day, this man takes 100 million to the bank.
Woo!
Ah.
My gosh.
In fact, in fact, the funny thing is that he makes more money. She can even make more money, even more than the manufacturers.
My God.
Because middlemen, most times it's middlemen that makes chunk of the money. So one of the strategies that kept them thriving till now is a narrow strategy, narrow
Yeah.
distribution channels and strategy. So if you have a business, especially if you have a product business, you have to actually look for a way, all right, to actually employ these two strategies. I talk about the selective strategy and the narrow distribution channel strategy in your business and see your business thrive. So I think these are some of the secrets that kept the northern Nigerian flour mill thriving till today for over 40 years. Over for 40 years. These are some of the strategies that kept them. So let's go to, I don't know, is there any question or I guess there's no
No,
question?
no. The questions will happen at the end of the podcast. Just want you to just finish up.
All right, sir. So the poor thriving business that I actually looked into is Unilever Nigeria. Not the whole brand, but Unilever Nigeria.
Yes.
He's been making some losses recently. They're making some losses recently, and I've been bothered. Because Unilever is one company I look up to. I love them so much. I love their innovation. If you know Unilever, they have over 20 products, if I'm not mistaken, over 20 product lines. So they're
Yes.
amazing.
Yes.
But then they have suffered some losses some months back in August, and they're trying to bounce back now. And some of the things that actually okay. I say something, sir.
Yes, I said I'm with you.
All right. So some of the possible reasons for their losses include number one, over promise and under deliver. All right. So I'm not going to talk about Unilever deeply. I'm going to actually relate it to my business and other businesses because my research was not really deep, but I just got some major points which I think our businesses can learn from and avoid.
Yeah.
So number one
Yeah.
was overpromise and underdeliver. So I think one of the things that affected Unilever Nigeria was that they overpromise and they underdeliver. For example, now when you promise the market that we are trying to release a product. That product, you have never seen a product like this before.
Yes.
In fact, sir, have you seen some skincare products that they will talk about those products?
Yes. Yes.
You will feel as if that product is not for this realm. It's as if it fell down from heaven.
Yes.
I see them. In fact, some of them, they will go and use filter. And they'll be
Yes.
showing you their skin. See my skin, oh God.
Going.
And then you will run and go and get product just for you to come and see that it's total nonsense. And I think that's one
Yes.
of the things that affected Unilever because you know that Unilever, they are into beauty and skincare products too,
Mm.
personal
Mm.
care products, home care products,
Yes.
nutrition and ice
Yes.
cream. So I think number one was overpromising, and on the other, as businesses, we must try to avoid overpromising and under-delivering.
Mm.
It's better you under-promise and over-deliver than to overpromise and under-deliver.
Yes.
Because most customers, their first impression with you as a business is what will we stick to their brain forever. The first time I bought a spice, I won't call their name for security reasons. So
Okay.
that in case I don't know who will listen to this podcast because they'll come and sue me.
That's it.
so 2019, I bought a spice, and then I, as a student, oh God, you know that we should cook stew for 3 days. We don't cook stew for one day. We cook for 3 days,
Mm.
sometimes for 1 week. We'll be warming it every morning because no time to cook
Exactly.
stew.
Mhm.
So I went and bought tomato of 500, 2019. You should imagine how plenty of
How,
tomato we did.
yes. Yes. Very many.
I bought pepper. I came back. I blended everything. I went out to buy spices. I saw one spice. I said, "Oh, this new spice. The packaging look nice." And also, I talk about packaging the last time. I said,
Yes.
"This packaging look nice." I bought it, and I went. I put this spice in my stew. I could not eat it. When it was ready, everything. It was as if it was bukutu. Oh,
My
sorry, I
God.
don't know. When I mean brukutu, I don't know. For those that may not understand what brukutu means, brukutu is like very sour. It's intoxicating, sour, and kai. I cannot just eat it. I mean, I had to go and pour the whole stew into the gutter. People were looking at me. It was paining me. I went back. I
Time.
poured the spice again. I came back. I put water in a cup and I dissolved it into the water. The place was smelling chemical. My cup was, I was like, just imagine what I put into my stew. I said, no wonder. So, businesses, we must really, in as much as we emphasize the need for packaging, we must also know that content is very important. Right? You
100%.
see, there is a way your packaging can overpromise and your content can underdeliver. So, as businesses, we must avoid this mistake. In as much as we must make sure our content match our packaging. So let our packaging over promise and let our content over deliver. Everything be balanced. Then number two, I think one of the things that and reasons that also affected Unilever was high prices, right? It was high prices. So high prices. Yes, high price. So with the cost of inflation, recession now, now before I talk about that high price, my number 4 point was inflation and recession. So these 2
Okay.
points they go hand in hand. So I think inflation and recession has made them to increase the prices of their products, and so most people can no longer afford their products again. Now, what most people don't what most people don't understand is that high prices and now I'm not saying their products should be cheap, okay? Because there's a
Yes.
difference between cheap and affordable. So most people, that's where they fail to know the difference. My company, one of our core values is affordability.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, but that doesn't make us cheap. That something if is affordable doesn't mean, but one of the reasons why Unilever having problem is because I think they are overpricing they are overpricing their products. Their products are high prices, and so people can no longer afford
Afford
their
it.
product, so they go for
And there are
cheaper
so many
products.
alternatives.
Yes, right now, sir, in fact, right now, the number of skin products in the market and hair products, in fact, is 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 just mind blowing.
It's alarming. It's alarming. So many entrepreneurs springing up day and night.
Yes, sir. Most ladies you see today, if they are not doing tailoring, they are doing
In
skincare.
skincare. You're right.
They are doing if you Instagram, if I go on Instagram, skincare, and I'll say, wow. So the market is dominated already. So there are already many substitutes already in the market, and so this is affecting them as a business. So as businesses, we must really differentiate between affordability and overpricing our products. Our products should not be cheap, but they should not be too expensive. They should be affordable. And I think number
Yes.
three is availability.
Mm.
Now, because now the reason why their products are the prices of their products are increasing is because the products are not so affordable. They are not available again like before. So because of the cost of production, the increase in cost of production. I mean, me myself, I can tell you, how sometimes I will just look at my life. I will see if I should use the quality of this product now, it will cost me. They will say pressure because he has started seeing small money now. He has he has compromised on the quality of his product, right? So, but they don't know. Sometimes we take the losses just to make sure that we maintain the quality of our product. But I think one of the reasons that actually affected hello, are we still
I'm with you, sir.
together? All right. So I think one of the possible reasons why Unilever is actually, underperforming is because their products are not as available as before, and the few ones that are available are very expensive. So because of
Yes.
that, customers are not able to purchase them, and so the
Mm-hmm.
company is really sales of the company is affected, and they've not been able to um
Makes it.
actually yes makes
So
a lot of
it's
revenue
more
in
of like
sales.
they were not observant or they were not market centric. They were not observing that they are losing customers. Well, the competition is very rife now. Unlike before, where it was more of
Yes,
like a monopoly.
yes. I think that's very very important point now you've actually raised, because as a company, I feel they have records, right? So they know when their client base and the number of their clients is actually declining. So let's say
Yes.
maybe they were not sensitive,
Sensitive enough,
right?
yes.
Yes, let's use the word sensitive. Maybe they just felt as oh, and that's actually, we can also say negligence,
Mm. Mm.
because most businesses are negligent. I mean, when you there are some months that if I make more sales January and February, my sales are going down, I'll become scared. I'll say, wow,
Yes.
am I missing it? Is something going wrong here?
Yes.
Is there something that I'm not getting? So I think
Mm.
they were so I think they were negligent,
Mm.
and I think and they are paying for it now. But
It's
then I
obvious.
think
Very obvious.
there's a they can actually bounce back. So as we
Okay.
talk about I think one of your questions is those who can actually bounce back. I remember.
Yes.
So Unilever, there's a potential for Unilever company to bounce back. That's if they are able to change their team. Because
Okay.
I think any failure of a company, when the company fails, right, it's a direct reflection that the team of the company has failed.
Of course. It's a teamwork.
Because yes,
You
because
succeed
behind
with
every
teamwork and you fail with
system,
teamwork.
yes, sir, because behind every system work and thriving, there are people behind that system making it work.
Yes. Yes.
So if Unilever is failing and Unilever Nigeria is underperforming today, it's because the team has failed, and
Mm.
it's because the team are underperforming. So if they
Mm.
can actually change their team, and I think there's a possibility for them bouncing back. Though it's not all their products that are actually underperforming, but a good number of their products are not doing well in the market again.
Mm.
And even apart from Unilever, I can go. I know you've heard of Ajinomoto. It's out of the market totally. Mr. Chef
Yes.
is going down. Onga is going
Mm.
down. In
Mm.
fact, Onga is down already. In fact, the last time Ajinomoto, the team behind Ajinomoto, said that they are coming back with their product. And when I went under the comments, come and see people's comments. Some people said that after this Ajinomoto, their stomach has been turning them. One said he vomited blood. One said this. Some people were just saying, "Go for beat, go for beat, go for beat." So, so I think you can see, and even Mr. Chef was doing well at the time they came out. But as you talk about
Yes.
trends the other time, that
Yes.
because of
Yes.
customer and the preferences of customers are changing, and customers
Mm-hmm.
are beginning to move from regular processed food to healthy food options. So I think
Mm-hmm.
this has also affected Mr. Chef because they are no longer trending again like before.
Yes.
Yes. So normally before when we go to market, everybody Mr.
Mr.
Chef
Chef.
pepper soup, Mr.
Mm-hmm.
Chef curry, Mr. Chef. But now you hardly hear of Mr. Chef again. They're no longer in the market. And in fact, hunger itself has gone. Um, so because most people realize that hunger is just chemical.
Yes.
Hunger, but no verse in case when I hear this video,
No,
when I hear this podcast.
this is an honest conversation. We
It's an
want
honest.
business to succeed, and we are trying to
Yes,
understand why some are not succeeding. It's a very honest and very deliberate conversation that even if they are
yes,
listening, they should take it into they should take it as a feedback. I think it's important they do that.
yes, yes.
Yes.
So, hunger has, so most people are complaining already. In fact, when I went to market my curry to a certain customer one time, she told me, she said, "See, Precious, I don't use any other curry apart from Ducros. I know Ducros is a foreign brand.
Mm-hmm.
It's from India. And the thing pay me. I say, me, with the kind of quality curry where they give this woman. So because of that, she bought other ginger, garlic, but she refused to buy curry. She said she has Ducros. I had to risk it and give her for free. I said, "Ma, just take for free. Don't pay me for the curry." She didn't pay me. After she used it, she messaged me. She said, "Precious, your curry is exceptional." He said, apart from
My God.
from that day, she didn't buy. In fact, the last time I went to Ducros, I went to her house. Sorry, she said that it seems Ducros too are compromising now,
Okay. She
and she
has
was
found a
like,
better product.
she has found a better product, which is our product. So she has stick to the company. She's actually a loyal customer to us now. Unlike at first
Mm.
when I was trying to convince her and she was reluctant because she has
Yes.
actually met one or two bad products
Yes.
in the market. So I think if they can work on their team, anytime my company is not making sufficient sales, I don't blame anybody. I don't blame my customers. I blame me
Mm.
because no company can go beyond the leader.
At all. That's
Yes,
true.
in fact, as a leader, your limit is your company's limit.
Mm.
And that is why, and that's why, as leaders, they need to be innovative and to stay
Yes.
abreast competition is very important, and which most leaders they fail
Mm.
to understand. So,
Mm.
if there's any product beef better than my product, I'll go and buy that product. Before I did my curry, produce my curry, I bought different products and I compared them.
Yes.
So I bought this one. I had it. I now did my curry. I went to my siblings and I told them, perceive this one, perceive this one, perceive this one. Which of these product has more pungent aroma and actually smells nicer? Everybody say your product, your product. I say correct. I say this one is pass mark. So, but most businesses and most business owners, they don't care to know the happening products in the market. Every day, new products are coming into the market. Every
Yes.
day, new companies are coming up. So you need to know what are these companies, what new thing is this company doing, or, or why are customers more more likely to purchase this product than my product.
Yes.
So by the time you know the reason why, you will actually know the improvements that you are supposed to do. And as I've said, sorry for digressing, but as I said, when the company fails, it absolutely means the team has failed. All right. So if Unilever can actually work on their team,
Yes.
then there's a possibility that they will bounce up again.
Wow. Thank you so much
Then,
for that understanding. Okay. I'm listening, sir.
all right. Then finally, okay.
Okay.
Uh, for the northern Nigerian flour mills we talked about,
Yes.
I see
Yes.
them. I don't see them going down or the performing at all because based on their strategies, we just discussed a few moments ago. You see that these guys know what they are doing. I don't know. You get it right. So these guys know
Yes.
what they are doing. So except if they fail, because there's a difference between knowing what to do and doing what they're supposed to do.
Yes. Yes.
So if
Yes.
they stop doing what they are doing or what they know to do, that's when
They'll
they
start failing.
will fail. If they compromise, yes. If they
Yes.
compromise on their core values, that's when we can say they are going to actually underperform and may actually die as a company. As I've told you, when I went to the industrial areas, I saw a lot of companies. I was weeping. I mean, a lot of companies shut down. Sack factory and skin company that manufactures skin for for shoes, for belts, shut down. In fact, there was one area I went to. I went to buy cartons. And when I went there to the first company, they told me they're no longer producing for 2 years now. I said, what happened? No money.
Wow.
How? Big factory. I mean, big factory is been shut down for 2 years. In this
Two
Kano,
years.
sir, in this Kano, there are over 30 companies that are shut down. 30.
No, no, no. That is a lot. My God.
And I mean, sir, big factories with big structures. When we passed yesterday, you see trucks abandoned, cars abandoned inside the factory. And I say, it's not better they even sold it second hand. It's not better they have sold it or even sold and sell out the factory. These factories, grasses
Exactly.
are
Going
growing
to
inside the
partnership.
factories. Yes, grasses are growing inside the factories. All their equipment are just getting damaged. And I was saying myself, I say, Kai, I say, okay, let me look. I will buy this one. I said, this one, I will buy this one. This one, I will buy this one. Then me too, I will. There was one factory too, a rice mill that was abandoned in Benin for, is it how many years? Pastor Chris had to buy it 1 billion naira.
My God.
I heard that rice mill has a capacity to employ over 500 employees in that area.
Hey,
500, and it is shut down.
that is direct labor.
As I said,
We're
oh,
not talking about the indirect
yeah, yes,
labor
sir.
that comes.
Is that it? And I've said over 30 industries are shut down in Kano. Imagine the number of employees
That are out of business. They're
that
out of
this
jobs.
that don't have. I mean, in their thousands. In fact, before when I was discussing with the man that took me out for the sightseeing, he was telling me that before in Kano, they used to come to house to ask you, do you need job? If you need job, come on, we have job. We need hands, come and see
I,
the company. And they pay me 30K, 60K in the 90s.
whoa.
Any 30K in the 90s, you are a big boy, big man. But now they are all shut down. So you can see. So, but but I think if most of these companies can actually revisit their strategies, they'll know where they missed it, and so they'll be able to bounce back. And that, so I think that's all I have to say for tonight.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Mr.
Ah,
Precious. No, these options, as I say, the of course the opinions you have shared with us, is something that I don't take them for granted, first of all, because at least we can see life examples of people that business organizations, both big and small, that have shut down because they didn't pay attention to structures that counts
yes, sir.
and marketing strategies for them to drive in sales. So for everyone listening, if you I'm certain you don't want to or you do not desire in any way to end up like those brands that were mentioned. And that is why you have to take your structure reign in business terms as in terms of business, running your business and of course the marketing techniques too. Take them very serious. And this is why you should be showing up on this Money Business podcast every Friday where we share a valuable insight on business structure and marketing techniques. Okay. So that being said, before we go ahead and ask questions, even me myself, I have a particular question I'd like to ask because this particular industry of yours is very peculiar. Like honestly speaking. So, but before we move ahead, I just we just go ahead and do some adverts for uh what we offer, the service we believe those listening can take advantage of, especially in this Christmas period. So, Mr. Precious Zamda, you just go first and talk to
Yes,
us
sir.
about your brand, Jamaica Integrated, right? Talk to us about it,
Yes,
what
sir.
you do, what you guys do over there, and of course, you can be reached out to get that people can patronize you.
All right, sir. Thank you so much, sir, for this opportunity. All right. So, as Mr. Samuel has said, companies and Jiamca Integrated Agro Limited, we are a multi-service agro company that focus on production, processing, and distribution of agricultural products and commodities. So our key products are food spices for now, but then we are also working on tea, and our products, our food spices. We have curry, we have ginger, we have garlic, we have mixed spice, and one peculiar thing about our products is that they are all 100% organic. So our customers have no fear regarding health concerns. I mean, these spices improves your health. They make they make your food taste better. They give you your food pleasant aroma, and there's nothing like eating something that will make you healthier and not damage your body. So I think that's
Yes.
what we do. And as a company, our core values are quality. Our core values
Mm.
are health, customer satisfaction, and and then I think our mission as a company, which I think I would like to state here, since we have international people on this platform
Mm-hmm.
who are Nigerians. So our mission as a company is to ensure that um, Nigerians have access to quality and safe food products anywhere in the world.
Mm.
Anywhere in the world. So that means one of our major strengths is export. We've sent products to the US, to around Africa, outside Africa, and we've had amazing feedbacks. So you can reach
Wow.
us on Facebook at Jiamca, and you can also partner with us, invest with us. You're also open for investments. Thank you so much, Mr. Sam. I'm grateful.
Okay, thank you so much. So, guys, do want to get an across to Mr. Precious Zamdayu. You just give their Facebook handle. I think if you go to, if in fact, it's not a thought, it's the reality. If you go to Google and just type Jamaica, and I'm sure, according to I'm certain you're going to see the brand of Mr.
Yes,
Precious
sir.
first. Okay, so it will be easier to connect. You can see them on Facebook, Jamaica. No, it's just a
Jiamca.
little. it's
Yes,
just
sir.
it's just one it's just one letter away from Big Jamaica. Well, I don't know. Do
Yes,
you
sir.
mind sharing this?
Jiamca. Yes, sir.
What was the inspiration behind this name, Jamka? You want to share,
Well,
or
I just
is another?
no, it's not personal. I can share.
Okay.
So it's actually uh, my name and my dad's name. It's,
Oh,
okay, no, my dad's name and my name coming
mm,
together. It gave us Jiamca. So
amazing, amazing, amazing.
that's
Wow,
yes, sir.
that's beautiful. Very beautiful. It's very, very inspiring as well. Wow. All right,
Thank you, sir.
guys. So, Mr. Precious has shared his, in fact, aside the fact that he has given nuggets, on how to run your business structure wise and marketing wise, he also shared about his own business, the reason for existence. And you can see from the summary of what they do at Jamca, he gave, there was a clue of how structured the business runs and how the marketing techniques also, comes into play. I was looking forward to how the product is borderless. And I was very excited when I hear you say that export was one of the strengths of Jamca, and that is really amazing, really amazing. Guys, do well to reach out and be a part of this family. Have in possession quality products from Jamca. I honestly endorse it 100%. Okay, so
Thank
for
you,
us
sir.
at the Bram GLC Global Leadership Consultancy, we have to premium products. We have premium products around this education-based system so that we would launch next year. But for now, we have these three freemium that you can have access to 3 times a week. Okay, we just launched one yesterday, but I think I'll just keep that away for now. We have focus on the three that is very much readily available. On Mondays, we hold because of our value system at SAGLC, which is very much the core values is built around three key ways, which is business, investment, and leadership. Okay, so on Mondays, on the investment angle, we host money markets where we talk about the different financial markets from crypto to forex to stocks and bonds and even real estate inclusive. So we have different Mondays that is dedicated to those purposes, but it happens on Mondays anyway. Then on Wednesday we discuss money leadership. Yeah, because for you to lead your life and lead your business, you need some insight, and that is why we organize that podcast every Wednesday. Then on Fridays, like we are just doing now, we organize the morning business that is dedicated to business structure and marketing techniques. Which you're a part of now, and I'm certain you have gotten so much value. So be with us every week for these three premium products, okay? And like I said, we have announcements for you regarding the premiums coming up. The quality are amazing. So even if we are giving out these premiums, you can see that we are giving out big, massive value. And it's going to be the same thing for the premiums too, okay? So aside that, we have some other five amazing, service we offer. But most importantly, because we are interested in business growth, we start from the scratch and follow you upward, okay? And we first thing is that every business need to be legally existing. Okay, I'm thinking Mr. Precious shared that insight from the beginning of the conversation that we had tonight. That's why you need to register with the CAC for Nigerians and other commissions in other nations that registered business and gives you an opportunity to exist legally. We can provide our services for you. And for every business to run smoothly, you need to have a blueprint. A blueprint. So sometimes when you are running, you tend to forget and lose focus or understanding on the reason why you started. But when you go back to your blueprint, it gives you an idea and even enhances your strength to continue. That is what business plans do for businesses. We can help you craft a winning business plan that using it to compete for a competition or you're using it to run your business. You need that blueprint, and that is what business plan do. You can reach out for that. We also offer other corporate trainings for work consultancy trainings for support systems inclusive for businesses, both in soft skills and in hard skills, all right? Like data entry, customer experience management, even public speaking, leadership too. So everything that makes your business function on uh, day to day, we are very much open to assisting you in getting that done. And of course, we basically have interest in uh, planning travel for for business purposes, but we also extend these services to study, tourism, and relocation. So that's for our travel goals. And most importantly, you need a particular document, be you in Nigeria or anybody else, to make this travel and borderlessness of yourself or your ambitions or your business possible. You need that document, and it's called international passport. We can help you process it very swiftly. And we are your shop plugs for these five services, okay? So do it to reach out through the number on your screen. And that being said, Here's me thanking you for being part of tonight's podcast. But before we go, all right, I'm giving shout out to everybody that has been here listening from onset. Those that are just joining, thank you so much. We appreciate you. You are amazing. In fact, you are the reason we are holding this project over and over again. If we do not have listeners, we'll be out of business. And even if it's a two-way and very mutual relationship, but we are so much, happy that you're part of us. Thank you, Mr. Precious Zamdayu, for being with us tonight. We know your schedule is tight too.
Yes, pleasure is
Hey,
mine.
I'm very certain that people are on your neck already. Deliver, come and give us because it's you tight. It's you tight now. Christmas period, celebration, holiday. So people are cooking.
Yes,
I'm wondering how you are managing. Oh. I know it's not easy. You don't even
it's
have
not
time
easy,
to
sir.
chop
God
food
is
because
help.
you have to enhance people's food. Oh my God,
Sir,
amazing! Thank you for being with us tonight, and a big thank you to
pleasure is
everybody
mine,
in
sir.
Jiamca's organization. The company is, if the company is not doing very well, I don't think we will have the privilege of hosting Mr. Precious tonight. And so, thank you for everyone behind the scene putting in, the work. Thank you so much. Thank you for what you're doing, and definitely the rewards. I know you're getting them already, but much more is coming. Okay, so big shout out to everybody in my team here at SAGSC. Thank you so much. And so, Mr. Precious, please, I think you should give a shout out to before I ask your questions, so we don't miss that.
Okay, shout out. As I've said, Abraham has been here for a long time. Shout out, Abraham. Thank you so much. And
Thank you so
shout
much.
out to also the leadership of Global Leadership Consultancy,
Thank you,
SA.
thank you.
So
Yes.
thank you for hosting me. I'm grateful, Mr. Sam. Thank you so much. It's good to hear your voice again. I mean, I can't remember the last time I heard your voice. It's been a long
My
time.
goodness,
Thank you so
very
much,
been a
sir.
long time.
I'm grateful. Shout out to everyone too who participated. We love you so much. Thank you. And I hope you got massive value tonight.
Of
Yeah.
course, they. So here's my question before we call it a day or a night, as the case may be.
All
So
right, sir.
in this industry of yours, it's a product based industry, not like the
Yes, sir.
service based industry. Of course, they might share some experience, but there's one particular thing that happens. I have realized that there's a cabal in every sector, of the economy. So
Yes, sir.
if this cabal see a product, they monitor the market and they have all the structures.
Yes.
They are very well structured. They monitor the market and see that if the product is doing very well, they go ahead and they make this product and start selling. Okay, the thing is that they have effective distribution channels. They have marketing strategies on ground. They have their printers. They have their branding people. They have their production, production house. They have warehouse for storing
Yes.
this, these adulterated products too. That they do it and they make profit without the consent of the person that originally owns that product. I think it happened in the international scene too. There was I think last year or early this year, Dior. I know you should know Dior, Dior, right? I think they're into clothing and
Yes.
textiles.
Yes,
So
Dio. Yes, sir.
they made an announcement in their social media handles that they are considering, extending their operations to Africa so that Africans can have access to their state-of-the-art products. Then we started wondering, okay, if you people are thinking of extending to Africa, then it means that you have not been supplying your products here. Then what are we now wearing? they even
Yeah.
they even have they even have perfumes. So what perfume are we be using? So it's not the whole. So
Are you
talking about
serious?
you can imagine. So, like this kaba is already there. My problem is they cannot be annihilated. No, you cannot be eliminated. It's not like if we put on the effort, but I don't think we have the time, energy, and resources to be fighting what we should be producing,
Yes, sir.
right? So, because of
Yes, sir.
this reality on ground, know that we cannot take them out of the picture completely. Do you have, strategies or insights you can share with people who are also into these products? I think it happens for services too. You offer service, people go ahead,
Yes.
copy your content, turn it around and resell, without your consent. So how do
Yes,
you
sir.
think people who run businesses and are very much product centric can kill off this cabal competition because
All
it's a
right.
big problem.
All right. So I think one of the ways that can help is to actually get is it patents now, will I say, for your
Okay.
product, or is it trade?
Yes.
Yes, patent. So you can actually register your ingredients, your unique ingredient in your product. So for
Mm.
example now, if you know that okay, if you just launched a product, that is all over the
Yes.
place. People are saying, we have not seen this product before. It's amazing. It's mad. And that all you have to do is quickly go and register your ingredients. So anybody that duplicates those ingredients, you can sue the person and you pay for the charge. Because these big companies, they fear the law. I mean, there was one time that Sabinos, there was one of Sabino's phrase, that a company used on their flyer. And I've forgotten that phrase now.
Yes, I think it's
Last year.
is it, no, is what's it called? It's, I forgot how they say it, but there's one they call "Hit Me." That one is of Shaggy, right? Sabinus is
Yes.
I forgot Sabinus one, but he just hangs his hand one way.
Yes. He sued them over 1 billion.
It was
Immediately.
Gala. They went to use this picture.
Gala, thank you. He sued Gala over 1 million,
Yes.
and Gala became confused. 1 billion, and Gala became confused. So most people don't know that he had already registered that phrase, that sentence, because he knew that most companies and some companies can actually fall into the temptation of using it. So he went and registered it, and then Gala fell into the trap, and they had to pay a huge sum of money. So you can actually register your special ingredients, so that any company that try to copy it, patent, can actually pay for the damages. Also, I think another way you can actually manage it is by not displaying all your ingredients on the label.
Yes.
Now, there are some secret ingredients which you use your product, which should not be displayed. So that one is for you alone. It's for your consumption. Now, you've heard of Pop Cola. Pop Cola is one of the companies right now in Nigeria that has copied Fanta. That has actually that has its Fanta taste, have its Coca and Coke. They call it Pop Cola. It's here in Kano. I visited their company yesterday. So now, yes, it tastes like Coca-Cola, but it's not Coca-Cola. There is something about Coca-Cola
that they
that
don't
they can
know.
never. Even Pepsi tried it. They didn't get it. Coca-Cola bought Pepsi. So they cannot know. All right. So you can actually see the ingredients on their bottle and you copy it. It will give you something that is like Coke, but it will not give you the excitement that comes with Coke.
Yes.
Because there's one chemical that they use that to bring excitement. When you take Coke, you feel as if you are in one different realm like this that Pop Cola does not have.
That's
So
their
I think
trade secret.
yes, that's their trade secret. Yes, that's what I call. So I think all companies should have a trade secret. It's not everything that should be displayed publicly. For people to just, I did that before. They were telling me that I should display all my ingredients so that people will know. So sometimes when I go out to advertise my product, they ask me what and what is in these spices. And then I look at the back now. They tell me that no, but I'm tasting something that's not here. And then it's okay. Spirit.
I'm waiting for advance. They want to know.
Yes, they want to know. They want to know. So I think having a trade secret as a company is going to go a long way to help you, to help people who are in the product business. I don't think. Also, another thing that will help them is that they must learn to manage information. I think most business owners have is the same with trade secret, but then I think managing information will further buttress that point, because most business owners can't manage information. I've been under pressure where people are asking me, just tell me now, what did you put here? In fact, there was a politician's wife that needed me to train her in Port Harcourt some months ago. So I discovered that this lady, she has not sent me more money for flight. She keep asking me, Precious, I put this ingredient in my curry, but it's not giving me that taste your curry have. I don't know. Is there anything I'm missing out?
She was playing you.
I'll tell her. She was playing me. I'll tell her, don't worry, when I come to train you, all these things. Send me my money, let me come.
Wisdom. This is wisdom. They're not common.
So, sometimes she'll come. No, she's trying to place him out on me. Sometimes she'll come.
Yes.
She'll tell me, Precious, you are doing well. I've never seen your curry. Any curry in the whole of Nigeria like your curry. Then she'll tell me, hey, but Precious, can you help me with your measurements? And I keep asking myself. And I say, does this lady think I'm stupid? Of all things, I will carry my measurement and give you.
Like before
Sir,
you know it,
you
you'll be
can.
out of business. And
Yes, because she has the money.
she's a cabal.
She's a cabal. She has money. So she can enter the market and push me. Sir, in
Yes.
fact, do you know that there was a time that she was telling me that I can give you my products, but you can never produce the curry I produce because you don't have my measurements.
Mm.
You can never. It's either your own be better than my own or less than my own.
Yes. Can never be the same.
Can never be the same. So, but so as business owners, we must learn to manage information. So it's not everything you tell
Mm.
people. Okay, because that's because some of these companies that you see them shut down today, some of their mistake was that they released a secret that
Yes.
they're not supposed
Yes.
to have told anybody.
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So, and then by the time this one has your secret and he has more money than you, he go and
It's over.
produce the same product, and then he makes his product much more affordable than yours. He has pushed you out of the market.
Yes. They're out.
Yes.
That's
So
very
so
true.
so, so yes. So I think what will help most businesses in the product sector niche is if they learn how to manage information, manage secrets, the
Mm.
secrets of their business. What makes a man who is his end is the secret he has.
Yes.
What if today Coca-Cola has no secret? Coca-Cola will cease to be Coca-Cola. It will become like Pop-Cola.
To become very common, people once it's common,
Common.
you will just lose the extraordinary, affection that comes with the brand.
Yes,
That's true.
and lost its value.
Mm.
In fact, uh, what makes iPhone is the experience it gives. At least, and
Yes.
we were in gym training is a experience. I think I
Mm.
think their motto is the experience is the product. But
Mm. 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 I
yes,
think so.
yes, yes, the experience is a product. So if Techno can give the experience iPhone can give, then iPhone
Yes.
will no longer be the
It will
value will
stop being
drop.
iPhone.
So
Yes.
business owners just learn to manage information. So that will go a long way to help most of them that are in the product um niche. Yes, sir.
My God. My God. Thank you so much, Mr. Precious. This was an amazing delivery. Like, it's more of like a master class than a podcast, Thank you so much.
Thank you so much,
You
sir.
came very sharing your personal info, relating it with the reality of the day. Come on, that was really amazing, and I sincerely appreciate you. So, to everyone listening, I think some people are with us on Telegram. Is there any question you want to throw up before we call it a day? Okay, so I will take that as a no. All right, sir. So it has been a long, I spent so much time here already, giving that value. This is a high level conversation, and I'm very, very grateful for it. Thank you so much. So I'm wishing the Jiamca, Mr. Precious himself, Jiamca integrated, service, the brand. Don't know why I'm missing that up. Jiamca integrated Agro Limited. I think it's better off now. Mr.
Yes, sir.
Precious, Jiamca integrated Agro Limited. Here's me wishing you all the best, even from this festive period, in extension to next year too, in business, and everyone working with you in the team. Thank you so much for what you do behind the scene, because your brand and your personality is actually the hope that we look up to these brands, and we look up to people that run them, and we have so much hope for the nation.
Sorry for
So
quotation. I have a quick
it's
Okay.
okay.
Someone
Someone
has a
was saying
question.
something. Please,
It's fine.
can you hear you? Can you? Okay, I'm listening, sir. Please go ahead.
Okay, my question is about the competitive market. Now, these days,
Hmm.
you find out that there are a lot of products that are competing,
Yes.
detergents, food spices, a lot of products that are competing in the market. Now, in
Yes.
this era where everybody just wants to settle for a lower budget, any product
Hmm.
that is of a lower price and then it has same quality, and then they go
Yes.
for it. In this kind of situation, giving them high quality on a fixed price and you don't want to beat your price down, how can someone put his business like in the front line in the market system and then meet his target audience and beating up the competition?
Okay.
Fantastic question.
Uh, okay. Am I answering that?
Okay, if you want to, or you, we can share the responsibility.
Alright. So now about your question, I think you must understand that there are four types of customers in the market. All right. Number one, there are cheap customers.
Mm-hmm.
Number two, um, there are there are expensive customers.
Mm-hmm.
So now, let me just explain them to you now. Number one, there are customers who are about price. Okay. So when they have to buy a product, the first thing they ask is how much is it? So they don't
Yes.
want to know the quality. They don't want to know the use. They don't want to know if it's better than B. Is how much.
Yes.
If it is not, if it's expensive, they will go away. Number two,
Mm.
type of customer, these customers have conquered money. So they are looking for real value. Real value.
Yes.
So they can
Yes.
pay for value no matter how expensive that value is. That's why
Yes.
people are still buying Rolls Royce even in this
Mm.
period.
Mm.
People are still buying iPhone 13.
Yes.
People are still buying Apple. People are still buying MacBook. Why? Because
And they
there
are
are people
sold out.
who prefer. Yes, and they are sold out. In fact, the most expensive company, I think, company now in the mobile industry, phone industry, I think is Apple.
Mm-hmm. It should be.
And yet,
It is.
yes, and yet their products are the most expensive. I mean, if you look at, there's an Apple laptop that's over 1 million, and
Yes,
people are
there
still
is.
buying, and they are not
I think
crying that
even.
customers are not patronizing them.
Mm.
Sir, you're saying something, sir?
No, I said even their desktop too, not just the laptop. It's as expensive as the laptop.
You see, just desktop. So you can see that there are customers who are after value. Then number three, there are customers who buy with emotions.
Mm.
So they are not looking for value. They're not looking for price. They just buy because they feel like buying. So there's a way to approach each of these customers. There are ways you approach them. So if you know that, I think the fourth customers are I've forgotten now. So I think what let me just explain now.
Yes.
Now, if you have a business and you offer the same service with people that offer the same with with similar quality, then the thing that can help you is that you must identify who your market are. All right. So them can provide high quality service at a cheap price. It all depends
Yes.
on you. You may not want to produce quality service at a cheap price. So you don't go for cheap customers who are after money.
Mm.
Okay, whose goal is one cheap product, cheap product, cheap product. You go for customers who want the real value beyond price, above price. So their main, goal is not cheap. Their main goal is value.
Yes.
All right. So I think you must identify, and then also for the third category of customers, I talked about the emotional customers who buy with emotions. Both those that sell cheap products or those that sell cheap service and those that sell expensive service can both get from these people, can both get
Mm.
from them, depending on your manner of approach, right? So
Yes.
when you are dealing with customers that buy with emotions, there is a way you project your business. There's a way you talk about your business. So if they just take interest in your business, they pay for it. They pay for your service and they pay for your product. So I don't know if you are able to get clarity or you have any more questions.
So, in addition to what you have just shared, Mr. Precious, I think basically there is this whole thing about people that sell products, similar products but different prices.
Yes, sir.
And if there's something I've observed, I think the
Yes, sir.
environment plays a part too, a very key part. The
Yes, sir.
the table water you sell at the road and the table water you sell at hotels, they are different products, but their prices are
Yes, sir.
different, right? So for the for the person that asked this question, I think it's important for you to find your location. You need to find a location so you can keep selling your product at the price you want to sell it. Your competition should not really be a problem for you. And one important thing is that you have to look the part. You cannot approach a prospect and be looking like a suspect. I don't know if I'm making sense, right? So you are
Yes, sir.
selling the
Very
same
well.
product you are selling, but your price is quite higher. You have to look it. What I'm saying is that you have to dress up to the standard you are demanding. You want them to give out their cash. You want them to prefer you more than your competitor who is selling for lower price. Then you have to dress up to meet up. You have to be presentable. Your packaging of the product, even your packaging of yourself, and even your approach to them, it has to be totally different because your fight is not totally different. You are no longer fighting the fight of who say pass. You're not fighting the fight of okay, mine is more expensive, but I need to make more sales than you, even despite yours is more cheap. There are so many cases like that in the country, even in the world, where people offer same products but different prices. And if you play the pricing game, honestly speaking, it won't be long before you be out of the market. You do not in any way play the pricing game. Just look for those that
Yes,
want to that value quality over uh price, like Mr. Precious shared initially, and follow that particular. In fact, there are some people, if you bring two products before them, and if one the same product, but one is cheaper than the other, they will go for the expensive one because they have there's this tingling in the heart that maybe this cheaper one
yes,
is fake. I don't know if you
yes,
get.
yes. Very true.
So
Yes, sir.
there's
Very right.
insecure. That insecurity of this one are fake. I want to be cheap. In fact, there's always that insecurity about it. So they'll prefer that. I don't know what you sell. I don't know if it's a product or a service, but I think this is very applicable. You have to dress the part very, very, because you are in a competition where there are so many the same quality product but for lower price. But for them to buy from you, despite the fact that it's expensive, you must dress it. Honestly speaking, even in business that we do, let me go back to it. Okay, this five particular service here. My prices are standard. I do not like negotiating them. If I'm not interested, I tell my clients or prospect that see, I'm not the only one doing this business. Some people do it for lower fee, some do it for higher fee, but this is my price. Why? Because I know what I'm bringing to the table. I know the SLS I'm using to drive this particular service. So if you are not participating, bye bye. If you don't want to buy, bye bye. But this is it. But while I'm saying that, I ensure that I have track record, and uh, quality to back up my demand, like I said before. So it is important to take that into consideration. This is just in addition to what Mr. Precious has been saying. Okay, he has been making mention of quality, and so you have to turn up, all right? Turn up and look the part, play the parts, and so the people what you are demanding can actually come to you just easily as you want it. That's my 2 cents. Okay, so I guess that will be all. So before we call it a day, or should I say a night? It's already dark, right?
Yes, sir.
uh, we're looking forward to seeing you all on Wednesday, on Friday again. Sorry, of course on Mondays for the money market, or Wednesday for the money leadership, and Fridays for the money business. And please do not in any way forget to carry out due diligence from what you have learned tonight before you start running with them. Do your research, ensure they are strategically fine before you run with them. Or if you have more questions, drop them at the comment section. They'll be addressed. All right. Don't we do distribute this recorded content to our audio channels, Spotify, Apple Music, Amazon, Google Podcast, and even our YouTube channel. Okay. For those of you who will be listening and consuming this pre-recorded version, do not forget to subscribe. Click the notification bell so you get informed and when a new episode drops. Okay, subscribe, like, and share. Okay, and that's for everyone, even those that are currently on this platform. Do not forget to go to our YouTube channel at Samuel Abraham GLC. Share, subscribe, click the notification bell. Thank you so much for doing this with us. So honestly speaking, I'm happy, grateful, Merry Christmas to you, compliment of the season, and happy holidays.
Thank you, sir.
So, Mr. Precious, let me see. Maybe I'll be
Yes, sir.
coming over. I'll come and have a taste of the spice in Kano this Christmas
No
period.
problem, sir. We're
My
waiting for you, sir.
regards to everybody in the organization at home too. Thank you so much.
Yes,
All
sir.
right, sir.
Thank you so much,
So,
sir. Thank you for hosting me. I'm grateful.
awesome. So, from my end, it's good night. Take care.
Good night. Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.